Ladies and gentlemen, here's a hard pill to swallow. Not every woman who keeps you around is actually into you. Sometimes you're not the main guy. You're the backup plan, the just in case, the safety net she leans on when the guy she really wants disappears. Brutal, yeah. But if you don't spot the signs early, you'll waste months, even years, on a woman who never saw you as her first choice. In this video, I'm breaking down the unmistakable signs that you're just her backup plan. And listen, even if one of these ring true in your situation, you actually need to reconsider where you stand. Jessica OS here. This is my channel. Remember to look out for the name Jessica OS under any video to be sure it's coming from me. Let's jump right in. Sign number 1, she only reaches out when she's lonely. Now think about this for a second. Does she only text you when she has nothing better to do? Like clockwork. She pops up when she's bored, stressed, or fresh out of a fight with another guy. B. As soon as she's good again, poof, she disappears or vanishes. It's not attraction, that's convenience. You're basically the emotional vending machine. She pushes a button, gets her little dose of attention, and then she's gone until the next craving. Now, here's how it usually looks. It's 11:30 at night. Your phone lights up with that, "Hey, stranger," text message. You get excited thinking that she's been missing you. But the next morning, silence. No plans, no effort, nothing. Why? Because she wasn't actually thinking about you. She was thinking about herself and called you, and you just happened to pick up the phone. And a lot of guys fall into this trap all the time because it feels good to be wanted in the moment. But you've got to zoom out. Does she ever call you when things are going great in her life? Does she reach out to share good news, or only when she needs a pick-me-up? If she's only showing up when she's lonely, you're not her man. You're just a filler. Yep, a place haul. Dare until the guy she really wants comes back around. If she only remembers your name when she's bored, remember this. You're not her priority. You're her plan B entertainment. Sign number 2, you're never her first choice. Let's pay close attention to this. A woman who values you will make room for you in her life. She doesn't find excuses, she finds time. And when you're just the backup plan, you'll notice something different. You're always on standby. She'll cancel on you last minute with some emergency that magically pops up. She'll reschedule, then reschedule again, leaving you waiting like you're applying for an interview slot instead of going on a date. And when plans finally do happen, it's never because she prioritized you, it's because everyone else canceled or her weekend suddenly cleared up. You see, the reality is women make time for the men that they actually want. So, if she's putting her friends, her coworkers' birthday, her ex's dog-sitting needs, literally anything eat of you, then you're not her main option. And you need to know that you're the just-in-case plan. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how fast you'll drop everything to see the guy that she's really into? Yet, with you, there's always some delay. There's always some pushback. Always some rain check in there somewhere. That's a bad time. It's positioning. And let's cut the excuses. If she wanted you, you'll know. If she keeps you waiting, it's because she's hoping for something or someone better to come along. Sign number 3, she hides you from her world. Listen closely. When a woman is genuinely proud to have you in her life, she'll show you off. She won't hide you in the shadows. She'll introduce you to her friends. She'll drop your name in conversations. She'll even post that subtle selfie with you in the background. Why? Because basically she wants people to know that you matter. She wants them to know you're her man. But when you're just the backup plan, guess what happens? Pens? Exactly the opposite. Suddenly, everything's low-key. You only meet late at night. She avoids running into people she knows. And months can go by without you meeting a single person in her friends or family group. It's like she's living 2 different lives, and you're the secret one. This isn't about moving too fast. It's not about privacy either. It's about priority. Right? If you're hidden, it's because she doesn't see you as permanent. She doesn't want to risk anyone asking questions like, "Oh, so are you guys dating now? Is he your boyfriend?" when she knows that she has no intention of giving you that title. Think about it. Has she ever kept her phone face down when you're around? Has she avoided tagging you or even liking your posts? These are small signals that she's carefully keeping you in the background because you're not the guy she wants the spotlight on. And whether you want to hear it or not, here's the brutal truth. If she can parade her girlfriends and her dog on Instagram, but somehow you never make the cut. It's not an accident. It's a conscious decision and a conscious effort to keep you in the dark. Sign number 4, the energy never matches yours. So, relationships are about balance. You give, she gives. But when you're just her backup plan, the scales tip very fast. You're always the one calling, making plans, always the one putting in the air for it while she just coasts along. Notice the pattern. You send a long, thoughtful text, she replies with a one-word answer. You suggest a date, she says maybe, and never actually follows up or follows through. You're doing the heavy lifting, and she's barely breaking sweat. It's not partnership. You basically audition for a role that she doesn't plan on casting you for. The truth is, when a woman really wants you, she invests. She texts first. She checks in. She surprises you with little things. She matches your energy because, well, she's just as excited as you are. If you're pouring 80% and she's giving 20%. That's not interest, it's tolerance. Ask yourself, do her actions show genuine effort, or is she just accepting the bare minimum you provide because, well, it's convenient? And let's keep it real. If you're the engine driving everything forward while she just tags along for the ride, you're not her priority. You're more like her Uber driver. Sign number 5, she talks about other guys. Yeah, now this one stings, but it's one of the clearest signs you're her backup plan. When she's genuinely into you, she won't risk messing it up by parading other men in front of you. But if you constantly hear about her ex, her guy friend, or that coworker who keeps flirting with her, it's not by chance, it's not a slip, it's a strategy. See, sometimes she does it to test your reaction. She wants to see if you'll get jealous, if you'll fight for her attention, etc. Other times she does it because you're not the one that she's chasing. You're the one she's venting to about. The guy she actually wants. And the second you start feeling like her therapist instead of her man, you should know exactly where you stand in her life. And don't get it twisted. Now, picture this. She's sitting across from you at dinner, but instead of asking maybe about your life, your day, how things have been going, she's talking about so who just got a new car, or how her ex used to do these amazing things for her, and you kind of laugh it off, but inside you feel it. That gut punch of realizing that basically you're not the guy in her head. The truth is, if she respects you and sees you as a prospect guy, she won't even bring up other men. The fact that she feels comfortable dropping those names in front of you means she doesn't see you as a threat. She sees you as safe. In fact, too safe. And the brutal reality is, if you're the one hearing about the men she desires, you're not the prize. You're just the placeholder. Guys, if any of this is hitting close to home, please hit that like button so I know this video is helping you spot the truth. There's more no-nonsense advice coming your way on this channel. Sign number 6, the relationship feels stuck in neutral. So here's the thing. When a woman sees you as her first choice, the relationship will move forward. Maybe slowly, maybe cautiously, but forward, right? You'll notice progress, more time together, deeper conversations, plans for the future, etc. But when you're just her backup plan, it's like being in a car that never shifts out of park. You're sitting there, engine running, but you're going nowhere. Months go by, but you're still in that same talking stage. You don't know where you stand. She avoids labels. And every time you bring up exclusivity, she hits you with vague answers like, yeah, let's not rush things, or I just want to see where this goes. Translation, she's keeping you in the gray zone until she makes up her mind or until a better guy comes along. And here's what makes it worse. She'll give you just enough breadcrumbs to keep you hooked and keep you coming back. A little affection here, a flirty text from time to time, but the moment you push for more, she pulls back because committing to you, get this, was never the plan. You're her safety net, not her future. Think about it. Have you ever felt like you're investing in a relationship that never really becomes one? It's not bad luck, it's her strategy. And let's be honest, if she can plan vacations with her friends 6 months in advance, but can't decide if you're her boyfriend after 6 months of dating, well, you're not her man, you're her maybe. Sign number 7, she's too comfortable with you chasing. The truth is, when a woman knows she's got you wrapped around her finger, she stops putting in effort. She's not afraid of losing you because, deep down, she knows that you'll always be there for her, no matter how little she gives back in the relationship or pours into the relationship. And that's exactly what makes you the backup plan. You know, you're reliable, you're predictable, you're safe. Think about it. You're the one always calling, always texting, always trying to check in. You're constantly making yourself available, and she knows it, she can tell. So, what does she do? Well, she basically just stops investing. I mean, why chase a man who already acts like he'll never leave? A woman who truly values you doesn't sit back and let you do all the chasing. She makes it mutual. She puts in effort. She wants to impress you, surprise you, win you over, all that fun stuff. But if she's too relaxed, too casual, almost smug about your loyalty while giving you crumbs in return, it means she doesn't see you as the prize. She sees you as a guarantee. The dangerous part is because she's so sure that you'll always be there, she'll keep her energy open for the guy that she really wants. Heartbreaking to hear, I know. Because basically, you're her safety net while she's out there trying to catch someone else. Let's call it what it is. If she treats your loyalty like a bottomless pit she can take from forever, you're not her dream man. You're her backup battery. So, here's the bottom line. If you recognize these signs, you're not building a future with this woman. You're just holding a spot until someone else comes along. It may be hard to hear, but it's the truth. Don't let yourself be anyone's plan B. You deserve to be with someone who chooses you first every single time. Now, if you found this video eye-opening, check out my video right here on 3 major red flags you should never ignore in a woman. Yes, this video will save you from wasting even more of your precious time. My name is Jessica OS. Thank you so much for watching this video. Catch me in the next one. Cheers! When you are just a backup plan in someone's life, you can feel it deep in your gut, even if your heart keeps making excuses. The signs are always there, quiet but sharp, showing that you not her first choice but her emotional insurance. It begins with inconsistency. She texts you only when she's bored or lonely but disappears the moment someone else grabs her attention. You'll notice that her effort fluctuates. One day she's warm, curious, and affectionate, and the next, she's distant, distracted, or simply gone. You convince yourself she's busy, but in truth, she's prioritizing someone else. If you were her priority, her consistency would prove it. Another clear sign is how everything is always on her terms. She decides when to talk, when to meet, when to open up, and when to vanish. You wait around for her schedule, trying not to sound demanding, but the power dynamic is already off. Real relationships are mutual, backup plans are one-sided. She reaches out when she needs validation, advice, or comfort, but never when you need the same. You become her emotional safety net, not her emotional equal. She never really defines what you are. She avoids conversations about us, about labels, about where things are going. The moment you ask, she changes the subject or says she doesn't want to ruin what you have. That's a tactic. It keeps you close enough to feed her ego, but far enough so she's not accountable. If someone else comes along, she can walk away guilt-free because technically you were never together. Her emotional vagueness protects her, not you. And you, out of hope, play along, thinking that time or patience might make her choose you. But people don't suddenly prioritize what they never valued deeply to begin with. Pay attention to how she treats you in public versus private. In private, she might be affectionate, flirty, and connected. But in public, she minimizes you. You're just a friend, someone she knows, or she avoids introducing you altogether. That's not shyness, it's strategy. She doesn't want others thinking you're someone important because she wants to keep her options open. If you were truly hers, she'd be proud to stand beside you. She wouldn't hide you behind excuses. Being kept a secret is one of the loudest ways a person can tell you that you're temporary. You'll notice her energy shift when someone new enters her life. She becomes distant, takes longer to reply, or acts strangely cold. Suddenly, your conversations feel forced. You sense her focus drifting elsewhere. Yet, when that other connection fails, or doesn't give her what she wants, she comes running back to you. She knows you'll be there, steady, kind, understanding. That's what backup plans are for, emotional comfort without commitment. She doesn't come back because she missed you, she comes back because you make her feel safe from loneliness. It's not love, it's dependency. A deep sign is how she never invests in your growth or feelings. She listens when convenient, but rarely remembers the details that matter to you. Your dreams, struggles, emotions are background noise to her story. Real love involves curiosity and care, but she's not truly learning who you are. You exist in her life as a convenience, not a connection. She might even compliment you often, saying things like, "You're amazing," or "Any girl would be lucky to have you," but never chooses you herself. Those compliments are meant to keep you attached, to keep your hope alive while she chases others. They sound sweet, but they're manipulative. If you try to walk away, she'll suddenly become attentive again. She'll text more, flatter you, maybe even confess that she misses you. But notice the timing. She only pulls you back when she feels you slipping away. Once she feels secure again, the pattern repeats. The affection fades, the attention shifts, and you're back to waiting. Love shouldn't feel like a revolving door. Real connection grows with time. Backup love restarts every time she feels lonely. She also avoids emotional depth. When you try to open up or express your feelings, she calls you too serious or says, "You're overthinking it." She PS things light because deep emotional honesty might force her to admit that she's not as invested as you are. Humor and distraction become her shields. She'll flirt, joke, and tease, but the moment you ask for clarity, she retreats. You can't build a future with someone who refuses to have real conversations about the present. Another subtle sign. She doesn't include you in her life plans. She talks about her goals, trips, and future, but you're not in the picture. She keeps you in the now, never in the next. You might support her dreams, cheer her on, even help her through tough times, but she rarely reciprocates in ways that move toward partnership. It's always I and never we. That's how you know you're a placeholder, not a partner. If you look closely, her affection often comes in cycles. It's strongest when she's emotionally low, after rejection, disappointment, or boredom, and weakest when she's distracted or excited about something new. This emotional pattern is not rando. It's rooted in self-preservation. You are the calm after her storm, not the sunshine of her life. She returns when her world is dark, but leaves when the light returns elsewhere. What hurts most about being someone's backup plan isn't rejection, it's the illusion. She makes you believe there's a chance, that maybe someday she'll choose you. But backup plans aren't chosen, they're used, and the longer you stay, the harder it becomes to walk away because she gives you just enough affection to keep you hoping. But hope can become a trap. You start mistaking crumbs for care, attention for love, and routine messages for connection. That's how emotional dependency forms. To break free, you must see her actions for what they are, not what you wish they were. She doesn't make time for you because she doesn't prioritize you. She doesn't talk about the future because she doesn't see you in it. She disappears because she knows you'll wait. And every time you forgive, you teach her that your Ove has no boundaries, but love without boundaries is not devotion, it's self-abandonment. Real love requires two people walking toward each other with intention. Backup plans are one person standing still, hoping the other turns around. If she truly values you, you won't have to remind her of your worth. You won't have to chase her, convince her, or wait endlessly. Her consistency will prove her care, her presence will speak louder than promises, and her effort will match yours without negotiation. The truth is, when you're someone's backup plan, you'll always feel half-loved. You'll always feel like you're waiting for your turn, and that waiting will quietly destroy your confidence, your peace, and your faith in love. You'll start thinking that being almost chosen is better than being alone. But that's a lie. It's better to be alone in honesty than together in illusion. One day you'll realize that her mixed signals were answers all along, that her silence was a response, that her absence was clarity. And when you finally let go, you'll see that losing someone who only half wanted you was not a loss. It was freedom. Because love isn't meant to be an emergency exit for someone else's loneliness. It's meant to be a home built by two hearts, both present, both willing, both certain. So if you see these signs, her inconsistency, her vague affection, her emotional selfishness, don't wait for her to choose you. Choose yourself. Walk away with dignity, even if it hurts. Because the right one won't make you question your place in their life. They'll make you feel chosen every single day without needing reminders. And when that happens, you'll finally understand why it never worked with the one who only kept you as her backup plan.